Valcrucis Abbey, Llangollen. This is my second attempt to make a video about Valcrucis Abbey. The first one having strangely been corrupted in the upload as I put it onto YouTube. For one reason or another, lots of the elements didn't come out in the final video, and when I went to look back on it on my computer, I'd inadvertently deleted some files. I don't remember deleting them, but they weren't there. So instead of just uploading the same video, I have to do a video all over again. Valcrucis Abbey, Llangollen. The reason that I want to tell the story is that there was a newspaper article about a couple who'd taken a photo within the abbey, and they had seen what they thought was a ghost in the corner of the photograph. And so I looked into it, and what I discovered was quite interesting, because the abbey itself has a history of ghosts and stories of spirits. So I thought I'd go back in time and just fill you in on some of the other interesting things that have happened there. The abbey was built in 1201 by Prince Madog ap Griffith and the White Monks. It was called Valcrucis, Valley of the Cross, after the Pillar of Eliseg, which is in the same valley. Now the abbey is ruined. The reason for this was it suffered terrible damage during the wars of the English King Edward I and the uprising of Owain Glyndŵr. The first story of the haunting goes back quite a long time. Two ministers, very late one night into the morning, were walking past the abbey, and they heard some singing. They made their way into one of the ruined chambers, where they could see the long, tall shadow of a man singing in a beautiful voice. They didn't want to be caught by the man, so whilst they saw a shadow, they never saw the actual person standing there, but they listened to the whole of one song and the end of another. And then what they thought was a wonderful and melodious voice disappeared, and they walked around the corner and there was nobody there. At this point they realised that it's no longer dark. The sun has come up and it is the morning, and they've missed an appointment that they were supposed to make later on. So they rush their way to where they were supposed to be, and they discover that one person has been killed and another badly injured on a horse and cart. Had it not been for the wonderful singing that they heard within the abbey, then they too would have been on the horse and cart and probably would have been dead too. Second story from the abbey was a woman from Liverpool who'd come down to visit, staying in a campsite next door to the abbey in the 1950s. They went up the stairs into the old reading room. When they made their way down again, the woman had a horrible feeling. She went strange. She caught her friend by the arm, said she felt like something tragic had happened. But she could hear music. So then later that week, they were walking on the road opposite, and they stopped to peer over to see the Abbey. And they saw an amazing light in front of the Abbey. And it was coming from the ground. It was a circle, a sort of golden object, several feet high. And walking about in this light were a number of human figures. And the whole time there was the sound of singing. So what we know so far is that these spirits are positive spirits, have no detrimental impact, quite the opposite to the people who have witnessed them. And the last story about the Abbey I want to share with you is the picture that this couple have taken within the Abbey, where you can see what they claim is a ghost. So here is that picture, and you can make up your own mind. So this is the third time I have tried to cut in this picture. Every time I upload it, it goes wrong. But the picture is there, you can see it, I can see it. When I upload it onto YouTube, it's just a picture of a room. But on my computer, I can clearly see that there's somebody in the picture, and I don't understand why every time I load it onto YouTube, the person isn't in the image. I've tried to print it off and then film that. The exact same thing happens. I have no way of putting this video onto YouTube in a way that you can see the image that I can see. And I've never experienced this, and I don't know why it is doing this. Okay, I'm just going to leave it up here anyway.